Hello and welcome to this week's Too Long Didn't Read Dota News. We've got your standard crumbling of the NA teams, a brand new tournament format that forces thinking outside the meta, a lot of online qualifiers wrapping up, some talent finally getting a shot at the big stage, and perhaps some radiation cleanup on the topic of Le Balanced Sparkly Lightning Pony. Now that we're a few weeks in from that September 5th roster lock, there isn't much news concerning new teams or shifting rosters. However, we have heard hints of the classic NA instability already striking this season, with Root replacing High Council of Wizards and Priests in the Moonduck Elimination Mode tournament due to roster instabilities. Justin is replacing Clairvoyance for HCWP. Now with that, we can move right on to information about this new style of tournament. Moonduck TV begins their own custom tournament that they have named Elimination Mode. In this mode, the first game proceeds as normal. There's 10 total picks and 10 total bans. The catch is that every hero that was either picked or banned is permanently removed from the drafting pool for the rest of this series. Now the tournament is set up with Americas playing on one side of the bracket with DC, Cole, Fire, and Root. The other side of the bracket are all EU teams with 4CL, 4ASC, Alliance, and Monkey Freedom Fighters to guarantee a NA vs EU finals. If the finals proceeds a full 5 games, the last game will be drafted with the remaining 32 heroes. All 112 heroes are available in this mode, leaving only 12 heroes untouched for the entire series, if it goes the full 5 games. Sir Action Slacks made a great video explaining the style in more detail, so as usual, check out the show transcript for links to more information. Now in conventional tournament news, Cloud9 wins the America qualifiers for the Nanyang tournament in a 3-0 shutout against DC. They'll be heading to Singapore in late October to compete against the top teams in the world for a base prize pool of $200,000. The Chinese qualifiers begin September 15th, they'll be finished up on the 23rd. EU qualifiers begin September 24th, and the SEA qualifiers start October 1st. Now, in a surprise turnaround after their 0-5 record against C9, Digital Chaos manages to 2-0 C9 and move forward in the ESL1 America qualifiers. DC went to the semifinals where they lost 2-1 against Team Fire. Complexity and Fire battled it out in the grand finals where Fire 3-0'd Complexity, and they'll be going to ESL1 along with Evil Geniuses to represent the Americas. One in early October. There are 2 brackets for the Chinese qualifiers. Those have just begun and should finish in about a week. Now, after the unexpected cancellation of the Gamers Paradise event, Alienware was there to fill the time with the Alienware Summer's End Cup. 8 European teams faced off, with 5 Youngs and Golden Boys battling it out in the finals. 5 Youngs took home first place and $4,500. The MLG World Finals take place in mid-October in New Orleans. The EU qualifiers have wrapped up, with Monkey Business off to New Orleans in a month. The NA qualifiers are underway, but several games remain to be played. Now up on the screen is an update on the BTS Americas bracket. It should finish up towards the end of next week, however currently only the round of 16 has been completed. In other Beyond the Summit news, they've officially announced BTS4, with the final LAN event taking place in LA from December 9th to 13th. The event will have invited teams and open qualifiers and a main qualifier event. Involved teams and format has not yet been announced. Now, a new interesting tournament has been announced, the National Cup. This will feature teams composed of players based on their country rather than pre-existing teams, sort of a mini Olympics for Dota. Now moving on from the team side of tournaments, ESL1 New York has announced their talent lineup. Zyori will be the desk host, giving him his first big shot at hosting. It is rumored that he left BTS to find opportunities such as this one. Coddle Guy will also be a host, and so he is going as a reporter. Casters will be Toby1, Capitalist, Blitz, Merlini, and Purge. The desk analysts will be Hani, Melk, and Nahaz. Now the last and possibly most hoped, prayed, waited for, desired, etc. piece of news is that a new patch is dropping next week. 6.85 will be only balance changes, with 6.86 to come after the next majors. However, I'm pretty sure that even just balance changes will be greatly appreciated after the reign of terror the Lightning heroes have had over the meta for the last several months. ESL1 New York will be the first major LAN to be played on this new patch. Thanks again for watching this week's TLDR, brought to you by Renessa and Maverick. We'll see you guys next week.